Ever feel like your overhead press hits the wall halfway up and you just can't push beyond that? And isn't it annoying that no matter how strong you get, you just can't seem to break that ceiling? And don't worry, this means you're not weak, you're just locked up. That stuck feeling overhead isn't a strength issue. It's a mobility and a control problem. Your body's literally putting on the brakes, almost like your car would if a red light pops in front of you, because something in the chain, like your lats, your thoracic spine, and your scapula, just aren't moving right. Think of it like this. You can't raise a flag if the actual pole is bent. When your lats are really tight and your scapula can't upwardly rotate, your shoulder joint has nowhere to go. So your brain protects you by shutting down the movement. Today, I'll show you 3 powerful drills that unlock your overhead motion, so your press finally feels smooth, stable, and pain-free. And these are the same drills that I use with athletes who plateau on their overhead press. And after a week or two, their lockout gets easier, their shoulders stop pinching, and their forearm actually looks a lot better. Now, let's get you there too. So getting into the exercises today, exercise number 1 is banded pull apart. Stand tall with your feet hip width apart, loop a light resistance band around the wrists. Grab a light dumbbell, place it in each hand, something that you can smoothly and easily control. And you want to start with your arms straight in front of your chest, palms facing each other. There should be a little bit of light tension on that band. You don't want it too tight because you still want to be able to feel your shoulders working. Now, pay attention. Here's the key sequence. As you raise your arms slowly overhead, gently press out against the band. Keep your ribs tucked, core braced, and that spine nice and neutral and flat. Think reach up and apart, not back and forcing it. Then lower your arms back to the start, staying controlled and under good scapular motion. Make sure there's no snapping, no collapsing going on. Now, why this matters is because most people lose control during a movement like this. Their ribs flare, their lower back takes over, and they tend to lose that engagement in the proper muscles that we need to recruit. This drill instead is going to go ahead and fix that. The band forces your rotator cuff and serratus to start to stabilize. And what that means for you is you're going to have a smoother, more controlled motion, turning on the right muscles. And you're not just lifting your arms here, okay? Take a step back. You're actually learning how to rotate your shoulder blades and let them move freely. And keep in mind too, the rotator cuff here is gonna actually keep that humeral head in the center of the joint as you move your arm. And this is what's gonna keep your press powerful and pain-free at the same time. Now, for sets and repetitions, do anywhere from 2 to 3 sets for about 10 to 12 controlled reps. And you wanna pause for a second at the top to really feel that tension start to sink in those proper muscles. Now, exercise number 2 is banded inferior glide with flexion. This one's the secret sauce. I like to call it the anti-jam movement. So you wanna anchor your band by first standing on one end of it and wrap the other end right around the outer shoulder joint. From here, while that band is significantly pulling that shoulder down into scapular depression, you want to keep your thumb up, arms straight, and go in that forward front raise line of motion, coming all the way up and over your head as high as you can. Keep that motion smooth, keep it controlled. Just like the other exercise, don't let the back arch and don't lean your body backwards. Keep more weight through the toes and engage the core so you can avoid doing those things. Now, pay attention to what's happening here. Your humeral head, or the ball of the actual shoulder joint, needs to glide down in the socket every time you lift your arm upwards. But when it doesn't, what happens is you get that blocked or that jamming sensation. Sometimes it can even occur as pinching. This band assisted glide is going to instead get rid of that pinching and open up that space there to have that humeral head glide more downwards to create better smooth control motion. So for this one, this is a bit more challenging than the previous one. I want to do lower repetitions. I want to do 2 to 3 sets of 8 to 10 reps now. And while this is a subtle movement, some people might feel like, I'm not really doing too much. Then maybe you need to use a thicker band and get more of a pull down. It's going to help your shoulder not feel jammed anymore. It's going to help it feel more smooth when you lift forward for objects or you lift overhead, or even putting a simple shirt on in the morning. All right, now it's time to deal with the root cause, exercise number 3. And that's your mid back and your lats. We're going to do thoracic spine extensions over a foam roller for this. So grab a long foam roller, place it around the mid-back, place your hands behind your head, plug your elbows inwards towards each other, pause, breathe as you lean backwards over it, let your rib cage open up slightly but not too high. Now, keep in mind, some people will not be able to tolerate this exercise because it's just too painful to put their hands behind their head. If this is you, I want you to take your hands, put them on each opposite shoulder and leave them crossed like this and perform the exercise this way as a modification. Now, important cues here is don't crank your back. Use slow exhales to get into that position, and you can shift your arms slightly to bias one side, meaning you can turn to one side or turn to the other if you like. Meaning that if it can't get straight and get into a backwards motion like this, your arms literally can't go anywhere overhead properly. The tight lats are going to keep pulling your shoulder down and pulling it forwards as well. then your body's gonna lock your range down and it's just gonna try to protect the joint. So this move's gonna restore that motion and open up your rib cage a bit as well. And it's gonna let your spine move with your shoulder, not against it anymore. Do about 2 to 3 rounds here of about 30 to 45 seconds per round. You're gonna feel your chest open up, your back loosen up, and you're gonna feel your shoulder motion just get more smooth and controlled. So if your overhead press just keeps stalling, pinching, or you just don't feel like you're making progressions, stop forcing that weight up. It's not that your shoulders are weak, they're just stuck. Your body is protecting itself from bad mechanics. And the fix isn't to grind harder, it's to move better. So to recap, do this 3-drill combo before your pressing sessions. Banded pull apart teaches your shoulders to move cleanly overhead. Banded inferior glide creates space and get rid of that midpoint jam. Thoracic spine extension over foam roller. Get that spine and shoulder functioning together as one unit. After 1 round of this, you'll feel more space and more overhead mobility. After a week, your press is gonna feel smoother, stronger, and more stable. So if you like this video so far, make sure to hit that like button, smash the subscribe. And if you wanna learn more about how to fix your shoulder and kind of really what to do and what our clients do, watch this video down below on our 3-step system to reduce your shoulder pain. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.